Jeremiah 1:5. Before I formed thee in the belly, I knew thee. And before thou camest forth out of the womb, I sanctified thee. And I ordained thee a prophet unto the nations. This episode is dedicated to each unborn life. Everybody, it's your girl Miracle Sims. You're listening to God, Sex, and Love, your daily dose of inspiration, the juice. It is June the 24th, 2020, and today is time for another hot button topic. I call it Choose Life. Choose life, friends. I know there's a lot of ways that we can go with that topic. I mean, we could be talking about a lot of different things, but I guess the Lord just put on my heart this morning about the wee little ones. And so I guess I'm here to encourage you all to choose life this morning. And yep, here we are. Long story short, y'all, yesterday was very interesting. I came across a Breakfast Club interview. Are you guys familiar with the Breakfast Club? Well, it was an interview with Angela Stanton King. And friends, I'll tell you what, like, as people say, it gave me life. Just listening to her chat with the host of that show. There's a lot. I'm not telling you guys who to vote for or nothing like that. All I'm saying is that, well, first of all, I'm in Georgia. Okay. Now, clearly, I do let y'all know, I've said repeatedly online that I don't necessarily watch the news. So maybe this is why I never heard of this lady before. I don't know. But, apparently she's running for Congress here in Georgia, for the 5th, congressional district, apparently. So, that's one thing. But yeah, I just said like this, y'all, like, for me, I think it gave me life because I know that there is a lot of Christians that kind of either they hold their thoughts and things back because of cancel culture, because of, this narrative that's being pushed around on a lot of different things. And so it's like you don't feel free in this land of the free. You don't feel free to like really express your opinions and everything like that as Christians. I don't know if anybody else know what I'm talking about, but yeah, so to listen to her boldly proclaim Christian values and a strong stance on pro-life and all of that it was just amazing to see it here, especially on such a platform as the Breakfast Club, because hopefully there'll be others that will see and hear it as well. And, well, I mean, I guess it's a great example of how to disciple, or maybe not disciple, of how to, if you're ever in a debate or in a apologetics type of situation, when it comes to standing for Christ. I mean, what I'm saying is there's room for that type of delivery and everything like that, to be bold and have a strong stance and stand on it and everything like that. So that was definitely inspiring just to see and hear in her. So yeah, if you guys want to go deeper and check that out, by all means. I can't vouch for everybody's language and stuff like that, but I would say that it's still a good listen. And especially if you're here in Georgia, I mean, and you want someone to vote for or whatever the case is. I mean, like I said, I did not know this lady was running for Congress, and it's amazing to me that a woman that is standing strong on, well, a black woman as well, but, you know, a woman that is standing strong on values and being vocal and everything like that is running. And I can't say that nobody knew, but I can say that I didn't know. And then I did speak with someone else and they said that they didn't even know. So that's I didn't necessarily plan on talking about politics right now. I know that is a conversation that we want to have eventually. You know, perhaps a panel discussion or something like that. Talking about Christianity and politics and everything like that, because I feel like it's very important, especially with everything that's going on. We need to have some type of representation in these in these positions. I mean, but hey, I mean that's neither here nor there, I guess. I don't know, but basically, not that she opened my eyes to this subject in regards to abortions and things like that, but I would say that it was interesting to hear the different points of view and things like that. So I am going to be touching a little bit on abortions. I know that might be a bit of another hot topic for everybody and things like that, but I mean, I don't know. Like I said, I don't know what all the, Lord's gonna say through me, because I mean, I have a few notes here, but it's not necessarily anything in particular, for hopefully that no one gets upset about, but I mean, I don't know. But anyway, so, check that out to go deeper, just in general about, that, and see someone be bold as see a woman, because like I said, I've been watching like Marcus Rogers. He's been talking about it for a while, and then I know that David Lynn, they talk about it and stuff like that, but both of these are gentlemen and everything like that. You really don't hear many women like standing up and talking about it like that, so, or at least I haven't, so that's interesting to see and hear. But anyway, I don't know, like I guess when I think about the whole idea of abortions or being pro-choice and everything like that, I think my thing is, one thing that comes to my mind is that I find it very interesting that there is a debate on life, because if you look in science and people that are going and they're researching, they're looking for life on Mars, and they're looking for life, out in outer space and everything like that. And it's like, if we find water, that's proof of life. Or if we find, I guess, an organism or something, that is proof of life. But it's like, it has us questioning if a human fetus, it counts as a life. That is the question. That is the debate right now. And, I mean, well, I feel like clearly it's a life, but I can't lie to y'all. Like, even when I became pregnant, I don't know what I expected. The first ultrasound that I saw, I don't know what I expected to see. You hear so much that, oh yeah, it's just a clump of cells or whatever. I think, how long was I? I think I was, when I first went, I might have been 4 weeks, I think. And so I didn't know what to expect. But my first image of my little man that we have now, who NJ, my first time seeing him in the ultrasound, it literally looked like a little tiny baby just spinning around. Not no clump of cells, not no two balls stuck together, like not no little what I saw in the ultrasound was a little tiny baby spinning around. And so again, I mean, and then even when I ended up taking, I took a home pregnancy test, And then I went to, some type of clinic or something like, I don't know if I would call it a clinic, but some type of women's place, and they gave me another test. And, they had these little, I haven't even put these out. I did a video, but anyway, maybe I'll put those out for you all if y'all are interested or something like that. But, they had these little, models of what the babies look like at different weeks. And the little baby model fit in the palm of my hand, and my hand is pretty small. Fit in the palm of my hand. And again, not no cells, not no little balls stuck together and then like that. Just the entire body of a little baby, just super duper small, that fit in the middle of my hand. And to look at those different sizes and stuff like that was just, well, again, it was amazing to know, like one, I was pregnant, because again, like, the timing of everything was crazy too, y'all, because, long story short, if you guys follow me or not, or whatever, if you don't follow me, then this is just information so you can know the backstory. Basically, long story short, like, right before I found out I was pregnant, like, for months prior to that, so let's say maybe, I don't even know when, but like, months prior to that, the year before, I started to record my life. I was doing like a vlog and everything like that, and it's called Miracles Mirror, and those videos are up if you guys want to see them. Actress Miracle Sims on YouTube. But anyway, I was doing those videos, I was recording them, I wasn't putting them out, because in my mind I was like, okay, I'll put them out maybe in January, and then I'm just going to record, and I'm recording them enough that I can put them out weekly, or whatever the case was. So I was filming, but I wasn't putting it out. So throughout the process, one of those days, let's say it was probably in like November or something, I was talking about the whole fact that everybody in my family was so ready for me to have a baby, and I was still like, I'm trying to get some things together. I'm trying to do some things business wise. It's not that I don't want to have a baby, but at the same time, I just know the responsibility of having a baby. So I'm just like, you know, whenever it happens, okay, but I'm not necessarily planning for it to happen no time soon. I know everybody else was, even hubby, he was teen baby as well. I guess I was the only one that was kind of like, well, can we get some stuff established first? Like, you know, and everything like that. So I had a whole conversation about that, in one of my videos, and it was crazy, again, the timing, because by the time I put that video out, like a month later, I had to do another video to announce that I was pregnant. So that was interesting and I guess funny and ironic. But yeah, and again, I mean, I tell my whole story about the whole giving birth process. That is in one of the videos, or I have a story time video as well, that talks about the whole giving birth process. So I won't talk about that. But I would just say, like, the miracle of carrying a child and even, giving birth and all that stuff. Like, my process was relatively smooth. I won't again go into my whole story, because if you want to hear that, it's online. But, I just want to let you guys, like, it was relatively smooth. I like, towards the end, it got kind of, because I was traveling around that time too, so that's a whole nother thing. But, my feet started to swell and stuff, like, towards the end of the pregnancy. But, I didn't really deal with any morning sicknesses or anything like that. Like, I think I don't know if I would say I was nervous the whole time. I think I just was like trying to just go through the process, because eventually I stopped filming as well. And I think that partially was because, I just wanted to just be in that moment and not be worrying about filming and editing, and I just wanted to be in the moment. And so, because of course it was my first pregnancy, I was kind of nervous about it as well, because I was turning 32 that year, and my father, he passed at the age of 32, so that was something that was in the back of my mind, and alongside of the being pregnant and not knowing what to expect the whole time and everything like that. So I'm sharing all this to say, like, I mean, it is a beautiful process that, women are made to do. So it's not like, I think that's the thing I learned throughout the process, because again, I was nervous about it, and I didn't know what to expect. And I would say probably the worst thing was the healing process for me, because I got the epidural now. I know people don't do that and some people don't, but I was like, nah, I ain't playing those games. I gotta I'm gonna need to get all the help I can get. So I was able to get that, and I feel like that was a blessing, especially when I realized, as I was healing and stuff like that. But, everything's back to normal in regards to me healing and stuff. And so, thank and praise God for that. I did have him naturally. So in my mind, I was like, oh, I have a C-section. But, doctors were pretty clear that they weren't going to do that. So, unless they needed to. So then, I had to just go ahead and wrap my mind around that I was going to be pushing and everything like that. But again, being a mother and stuff like that is, like I said, it's I guess it's sharing the love of Christ. It's, being a wife and then being a mother. Those are like my top 3 things. And then I got goals and ideas and creativity and stuff like that in regards to ideas and things I want to do. But all of that stuff isn't really even as important as those positions, in my life. And so, it's a rewarding experience, to have and do. But I get that all situations aren't necessarily, the best situations to have a child. I'm sure you guys hear all the debates about, what people say about you're going to hear them if you look at that video I showed you guys earlier, the debates about people having a choice and stuff like that. I guess this is my thing. And this is what I want to share with you all. I'm not here to judge nobody. I'm not here to, condemn anybody. If you're out here and you had to make that decision, I just pray that, you are able to go to God and repent and to, seek Him and His will for your life. And if you're somebody that's considering it, again, same thing. I just pray that you, I just pray that before you make that decision, you really, really stop and you pray and you let God lead you, into what to do with that. Because, at the end of the day, again, she makes all the, the valid points about, life. I know she's talking from a Black woman's perspective as well. However, in general, this could go across the board for any race, in regards to, the life of your unborn child and everything like that. And then let's just keep in mind those of us that aren't in those positions. Again, no judgment or about anybody, whatever. And obviously everybody has free will. You have the free will to choose, so many different things in life. So if you're not in this position, and again, like I said, by the grace of God, I haven't been in the position, to truly have to consider that. But I just say that, there are so many options before abortion. I don't think it's wise to go out and just, have all kinds of sex and everything like that. However, if that's what you choose to do with your free will, there's so many options before you get to the point of, pregnancy and then eventually deciding to get an abortion. So I just hope and pray that you all, really, really think about, the things that you do and the moves that you make, because they do affect others outside of you, like all the choices that you make throughout life. And that's a major one, because that one affects the someone else's life. So I guess that's all I'm gonna say to y'all. If you guys want to go deeper, I'm just gonna leave a verse with you all to go deeper as well. Check out Jeremiah 1:5. Read that at your own leisure. I've read it before here, but you guys can check that out and read it. especially if you're somebody that's like having to debate about this or, everything like that. And then also go deeper, look at carm.org, CARM.org. They probably like, this girl need to be a rep for y'all. But yeah, check out carm.org, y'all. They got a whole, series on abortion. Definitely read the letter about no condemnation. Read that information first. But they have all kinds of questions and answers about the topic of abortions as well. But yeah, friends, let's move on. Let's go ahead and take you all to the Bible verse of today. That is John 3:36. It says, "He that believeth on the Son hath everlasting life, and he that believeth not the Son shall not see life, but the wrath of God abideth on him." Friends, I hope you guys have a wonderful, wonderful day. Thank you so much for listening to God, Sex, and Love, your daily dose of inspiration, the juice. I look forward to talking to you all tomorrow if the Lord's will. Bye-bye.